This week I'm in the beautiful Malvern Hills, but I am having a brilliant time. Can you tell I've had 4 pints? Remember where you saw it first, folks. Hello, and welcome to the third and final episode from my weekend in Malvern. At the end of last week's episode, we'd just finished photographing the Malvern Priory and were heading off for a curry. The West Midlands is famous for its Indian restaurants, and Malvern is no exception. That evening, over dinner, and yes, 1 or 2 pints, we agreed to meet the following morning at a car park about halfway up Worcestershire Beacon, which is the highest point in the Malvern Hills, and it's at the top where we pick up the action.
From the moment we held on to things we cannot see, I would cross the sky forever. It's only just begun, I know you will agree. Things to make us all feel better. What I may have, what I may own, I give it all. Like a desert in the sun, my heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. You can walk and you can run, how I wish you knew my heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. Tell me when you've had enough, when all is said and done, you still feel the fascination. You can blame it on my love, I guess my heart is warm. All the freedom you've been chasing. What I may have, what I may own, I give it all. Like a desert in the sun, my heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. You can walk and you can run, how I wish you knew my heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. Will you show me the way? My heart is longing for answering, 'cause I will wait night and day. You will see in time my heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. Like a desert in the sun, desert in the sun. My heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. Like a desert in the sun, my heart ain't heavy, my heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. You can walk and you can run, how I wish you knew my heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. Heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy.
So that was it. The end of my weekend in Malvern, at least for this year. A huge thank you to Andy for organising it. It was an absolutely brilliant weekend and I had a fantastic time. If you're going to organise one for next year, I'll do everything that I can to make sure I'm able to attend. Now, I'll be honest, the main reason for going to the Malvern Weekender was to meet Andy. I've been watching his videos for as long as I've been watching YouTube, and he was one of the guys that inspired me to start up my own channel in the first place. In real life, he's exactly the same as he appears in his vlogs. His enthusiasm for all forms of photography is so infectious, and it was a real pleasure to hang out with him for the weekend. One thing that was a little strange was meeting somebody for the very first time and yet already knowing so much about them. Occasionally Andy would tell us a story, how he'd done this, that or the other, and we'd all reply, "We know, mate!" Malvern itself is a cracking little place. There's plenty of good pubs, restaurants and hotels, and there's easily enough to see and do to fill a whole weekend. Now you could, and many do, spend a lifetime photographing the hills. There's compositions almost everywhere that you look, and we barely scratch the surface. Now, one word of caution though. Living in the Lake District as I do, I thought I knew everything there was to know about hills, but some of the climbs we did had us all huffing and puffing. Conditions over the weekend were pretty challenging at times, to say the least, but I still came away with a few images that I'm happy with. I've added a gallery of about 20 images to my portfolio website, and I'll put a link in the description below. I'm not sure which is my favourite, but this one of the Worcestershire beacon taken from North Hill is right up there. Andy, Mike and Jeff all shot this view, and we all came away with different images. It was really interesting to see how we all interpreted the scene differently. It was absolutely fantastic to spend my weekend with a group of blokes that share my passion for photography. It's a rare thing for me to be able to spend all weekend chatting about photography and about YouTube. My normal friends glaze over at the mere mention of the rule of thirds, and they all think Tom Heaton plays in golf at Burnley. My weekend cost me somewhere between £300 and £400, and yes, I know for that money I could have bought a new lens, or even a tripod that doesn't fall over at the merest puff of wind. But I got a handful of decent images, plenty of fond memories, and I even made a few mates. Now how can you put a price on that? I'll see you next week.
Meantime, my heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. Like a desert in the sun, desert in the sun.